Hi everybody, this is Bill from BillEbert.com. I want to give you a quick tutorial on how to get this template up and running. It's a pretty nice template. Has some really nice features in it. There's some tricks around some of the problems because this is the first version and it's working well as a base installation. But there's some workarounds if you're going to use it in a multi-user environment, and we'll probably show you some of those workarounds in video 2, but for video 1 I'm going to show you a quick basic setup on the things you have to do to get this thing going. It has standard pages like most WordPress blogs, but it also has this really cool portfolio feature to be able to put screenshots or images and then visit URLs to go to whatever site you want to. The contact page works really well. It's basically not a contact page at all. It's just on the bottom of every page. You just click content and it scrolls down. So that's a nice handy little feature. It's really quick and easy once you get it set up and you learn how it works. It's a pretty quick and easy setup for your clients. So let me give you an overview. What you'll need to do is, just like with any WordPress blog, is you'll need to go through the basic setups. Let me scroll down here. You'll see that this has its own little setup area down here. And it's real important that you go through each one of these and plug in the data. I don't actually need to go through it with every single one, but front page is probably the most important. You have to set up your front page options, and because most of it's self-explanatory, I won't really go through a lot of it. So you just basically set up your main category that you're going to be pulling your images from, and set up your rotator. You have two different types: the 3D rotator and just a standard flat JavaScript slider or fader. It just cycles through, fading one image to the next. But go ahead and set all this stuff up. You also need to be real careful. Make sure you set up the section that shows the email address for the contact form, because the contact form won't pull from your standard email address. You actually have to set it up in here. So go ahead and fill out every one of those areas. You can actually, because it's so fast, you can just play around with show and hide on some of these features and just look at the page and see what it does. On the posts, the way that it works to set up a new post is you go through the normal process, setting up a new post, and this one we're going to call super value. And in this case I want a URL from the super value grocery stores that we did, and set up a link inside the page, and then just add an image. I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot that's 900 pixels wide by 360 pixels deep, and then just post it in here. Now I normally insert as a small image inside the post, and it shows up. You'll then need to select the category, which in my case is going to be websites, and then publish the site. And that's really all there is to it, if that's all you want to do. The other additional features down here are also pretty handy, like visit URL. I normally put that in there too, because that's just the way I've set mine up. I set it up so that the customer can launch a new window and show my portfolio website. Because it's not really an article, if I were to put a lot of content and text in here, and I really want them to go to a blog instead of a website, then that's where you would use the read more, and this would bring them straight to the post itself. And this one would bring it to just an enlarged picture. You can actually take that photo and enlarge it if that's what you want to do with the blog. So with those handy little site features, that's all you need to do. I almost always turn off my comments and trackbacks and update the site. If everything goes well, you can go test your site again, and it should show up as the very first item. And there it is. Super value grocery stores. And it'll show up on my websites now, because in my back office I've selected I think to show 10 or 15, I'm not exactly sure, but it's actually showing all of my blogs. And now you can see that it shows the data that I put in my blog and the visit URL. So one of the things that you'll find is it won't always work for you. I've seen that some people have trouble uploading PNGs and some images. You might actually have to do what you saw me do. You'll have to do that twice or 3 times to actually get your image to show up. So if it doesn't show up in here or on the front page, then I would recommend just deleting the image and uploading it a second time, or maybe even a third time, until it shows. I'm not exactly sure why it does that, but we're working on fixing that right now. So enjoy.